Hello vinyl community, this is Randy back today with another video. Got some new records last week at Luna Record Shop in Franklin, so I'm going to show those to you today. It's a t-shirt I got. It's from the Luna Record Shop in Franklin, Tennessee. The shirt was a gift to me actually from Naman. Channel name is Joamon, Jack of all, master of none. Was passing through Nashville a couple weeks ago. I guess it was the beginning of June, and we got together in Franklin, just south of Nashville, and did some record shopping down there at Luna. So he posted a video just a couple days ago documenting that trip. So we had a very good visit. Went out to lunch afterwards. It was great. Yeah, thanks very much for lunch, Naman, by the way. I enjoyed that. And yeah, he gave me the shirt. He got this shirt while he was there, and we were having lunch, and he gave it to me. So yeah, thanks a lot, Naman. I appreciate that. It's a cool looking shirt. Luna Records, one of my favorite record stores down there in Franklin. So yeah, I got some records down there. Before I show you the records, I'm going to show you a couple tapes that I got in the mail. These are a couple tapes from Flower Room Records, which is located up there in Maine, in Portland, Maine, I think. They sent it in this, well, there was another outer wrapping on top of this, my address and everything, but this personalized container addressed to me, and thanks for buying the cassettes. So thanks very much for sending the Flower Room Records. I got the announcement, the email announcement from, well, I guess from Bandcamp. You know how Bandcamp sends those out where they tell you that Flower Room Records has a new, what, in this case, a tape for sale. So the one that they were telling me about was Star Bathing. This is by a band called Starburst. And this is very much ambient type music. It's cassette only, and this was recorded in a gym shop in Portland, Maine. And yeah, all their cassettes, they come with rocks, I guess, or stones. They call them something. Comes with this explanation. So it was recorded there at this gym shop, and they invited people from the community around, and they recorded 4 15-minute segments on synthesizers. So it's just they were invited to for a healing and relaxation session, and there were 4 recordings made, and then they took excerpts from those to put onto this tape. So so it is. It's very relaxing, and my only issue with the tape is that I don't know which is side A and which is side B. It doesn't really tell me. It's a cool looking tape though, purple tape. And yeah, that's the only problem with it. But the names of the songs though are well, what are they? Spring skies, summer skies, autumn skies, and winter skies. So it's all just instrumental. I don't think the names of the songs are really too important. It sounds really cool. The music that we're hearing in the background right now is this other tape that they sent me along with that. So thanks very much for sending the extra tape. Flower Room Records, and this is by Ash and Herb. So I'd already gotten another tape by Ash. This time she was working with Herb. Yeah, so this is what we're hearing right now. This is fantastic. This does have some vocals on it, and otherwise you can hear what this sounds like. So this has 4 songs on it: Heavy Cream, Lay It All Down. Well, there's 2 more song titles on there that you can see them better than I can. And yeah, this one sounds really cool. I really like this one a lot. So here's what the inside of that one looks like, and it also came with this, I don't know if these are supposed to be crystals or what they are, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, I got this from Flower Room Records. So yeah, down there at Luna Records, I got, well, these are not records that I got on the visit with Naman. I already showed the records I got that day. These are records that volume has a tendency to increase on this tape. These are records that I got when I went down there last week. I traded in a few records, and I got these records for them. So I got 3 used records and 3 new records. So the first new record that I got. Actually, this was a Record Store Day record from the June drop. This is Fontaine's DC. Fontaine's Dublin City, I believe is what the stands for. I think I started one of their records previously. I guess their name was really going to be Fontaine's, and they learned there was another band in America called Fontaine, so they added DC for Dublin City. So here they are playing a live concert at the, I don't know how you pronounce it, Kilmainham jail. Evidently this is a historic jail there in Belfast, and sounds like there are some, I guess, some political implications involved with this jail. I'm sure the people in Northern Ireland and Ireland would know much more about that than I do. But they're just playing some songs from their first two albums here. They're playing them live. This is not a Johnny Cash situation. There's, as far as I can tell, there is no audience. I mean, I don't know if this jail is still working or not. I suppose these prisoners could all be in their cells, and they're enjoying the music from their cells. But I think it probably is a prison that's no longer used. There's no crowd noise or anything at all. It almost sounds like a studio. They really reproduce the music well. I mean, it sounds like a record, so it'd be a great band to see live, I think, because they're able to reproduce their sound so well. So, yeah, Fontaine's DC. I want to get their first album. I have their second one, but I haven't seen the first one yet, so I went ahead and got this. This is a Record Store Day record, so I guess the good thing about this, there's only 3 songs from the second album on here, so I didn't get too many repeats. A Hero's Death, Televised Mind, and Yeah, I Don't Belong were the songs on here that were on the second album. Otherwise, they're all from the first album. So, yeah, Fontaine's DC. I guess they're considered to be like indie pop or something. To me, they have sort of a almost like a Joy Division type sound. You know, the guy's vocals, anyway, kind of remind me of Ian Curtis for this. Inner Sleeve. And, yeah, it came with a poster. So, here they are playing in jail. Pretty cool. I doubt if I'll put that up. It's always nice to get some extras. Custom label on that one. Fontaine's DC, live at Kilmainham Jail. So yeah, really excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's basically, you know, rock and roll, I guess. Yeah, indie sounding rock and roll. So check that out. I got this Weezer album. This came out in 2020. I did not get it then. The name of this song, album is OK Human. I assume that's sort of a takeoff on Radiohead's OK Computer. Even though I'm not familiar enough with that album to know if there's any you know, inspiration taken from that. Here's the song listing here. So this is a good record. It sounds like Weezer. I'm a big Weezer fan. So indie rock band. No surprises here, I don't think. It all sounds good. I'm sure I will listen to this quite a bit. But the record I was really looking for from Weezer was, I think they have a newer one out. It's called Van Weezer, which is supposed to be, I think, more of hard, I guess, you know, kind of like Van Halen or something. So, looking for that one. I'm sure I'll pick that up before long. Came with a lyric sheet. Here's the band in the recording studio. Yeah, this tape that we're hearing right now, there are some, you know, Starburst. There's vocals on it. If you can hear them. Yeah, very cool sounding record. Here's what the Weezer label looks like. This is on Atlantic Records. I tell you, I would much rather see like the traditional Atlantic label there. Red and green or whatever, but anyway, I guess that's what they chose to use. This is the last of the new records I got there at Luna last week. This was a new record. This was sealed when I got it. I guess they're calling this a band, Eastern Rebellion. And it's 4 jazz artists. Cedar Walton on piano, George Coleman playing sax, Sam Jones on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. It's recorded in '76. This was originally on Timeless Records. Released in 1976 on Timeless Records. So, it's a fantastic album cover. This has been re-released by Light in the Attic Records. So, 5 songs on here. Bolivia, they do a cover of Naima, John Coltrane's Naima. Sounds wonderful. The last song on side 2 is Mode for Joe. Cedar Walton wrote Mode for Joe, which was recorded on Joe Henderson's Mode for Joe album. So, yeah, this is really good. Hard bop, how we call it. Quite excellent. Recorded in December 10th, 1975. Came on this clear vinyl. Colic and label. Eastern Rebellion. I was not really familiar with that name. I just happened to see this record there. I guess it just recently been reissued, so great pick up there. So I got 3 used records there at Luna. Okay, so these are all classic rock records. I mean, I guess I would call them classic records. People child would classify them, I think. A Better Land. Brian Auger's Oblivion Express. Once again, this is one of those things where I really was looking for Brian Auger and Julie Driscoll. Brian Auger, Julie Driscoll Trinity, I think is the name of that band, but I didn't see any of that. But they had this one, and it was in great shape. Look, really fantastic art on this album cover, 1970 for this one, I think. And this is considered to be jazz fusion. That's what they call it in Discogs anyway, but you know, listening to it, to me it sounds very much less like mid-70s rock, you know, kind of like Little Feat or Fleetwood Mac or any of those bands that Jeff Witcher discussed in his video last week when he was talking about soft rock songs like Orleans and bands like that. So it could fit in very well in the early 70s FM radio, I think. I never heard it on the radio back then. Maybe they were bigger in England, I don't know. Sounds very cool. That's my first Brian Auger record. So, look at that. It's on Dynaflex, RCA Records. I got a record, a band I've been wanting to get for a long time. I've heard so much about them in the VC. I've never really heard their music before other than the Woodstock soundtrack. There's a Going Home. It's in the movie and on the soundtrack album, 10 years after doing Going Home. This is their first album from 1970. This is called 10 Years After. On Dram Records. Dram? Not sure how you pronounce that. Liner notes. So yeah, Alvin Lee's a big guy in this one. I've heard a lot about them in the VC over the past couple years. Bobby Gass is a big 10 Years After fan. He always recommends them. I think Emma at, gosh, I can't think what Emma's channel name is now, but I think she's pretty big. I know she's a Brit blues fan, so yeah, that's what this is, British blues rock. This is fantastic. I can't believe how great it was. Really like this one a lot. I liked everything about it. I thought it was going to be like some really long guitar jams, I guess basically based on that Woodstock movie where it's like a 10-minute long song, but a lot of that is singing too from Alvin Lee, so he's a really good singer, and it's mostly cover songs on side 1 and then some originals on side 2, ending up with Help Me, which I think is a Sonny Boy Williamson song maybe. So yeah, 10 Years After, British blues, really fantastic. That one a lot. Just gonna fast forward here to the end of this tape. These tapes are like, I guess they're just like 30-minute blank tapes they bought, and then they recorded them themselves, so they're not really. I think I just went the wrong way. I just went the wrong with that tape. Okay, anyway, we'll just let that go ahead and play. Just about done here anyway. So, Dram Records for 10 Years After. And the last record I picked up was this Worst of Jefferson Airplane record. I have this on cassette tape. I've had it for a long time. This version was just in such great shape, and it has this nicely textured cover with a gatefold sleeve. And I'm a big Jefferson Airplane fan. I have all their albums, which means I may be doing a Jefferson Airplane retrospective here in the next week or two. I can show them on Jefferson Airplane Records. This is the last one I needed. Yeah, sometimes I like to get the greatest hits album by bands when I already have their records, like with, well, the Hollies, for instance, or the Byrds. I really like to listen to their greatest hits albums sometimes, even though I like their regular albums too. So, give them this cool inner sleeve, sort of with that old style Victrola theme that they were using. Also, the labels like that. I tell you, this record is just the same as Dynaflex, I think, even though it doesn't say Dynaflex on it. It sounds great, though. Well, I shouldn't say it sounds great. It sounds good. It's probably very, very good plus. Probably close to very good plus, but not perfect. Anyway, so that's all I've got here in the past, well, I guess you'd say the second half of June. So that's it. Let me know what you think about these records, and I hope everybody's doing well out there. Thanks very much for watching.